In case you're wondering whether this was clickbait and it's not really something done in the air fryer, let me assure you that of course most of it is not done in the air fryer, but the nut looking things most certainly are, because yours truly is allergic to nuts and sometimes a girl just wants to have something crunchy. So this is my dessert. It is frozen berries at the bottom. It's got this lovely silken chocolate mousse underneath, more berries, and then we've got the chickpea crunch. I haven't tasted it yet. The next part of the video is actually showing you how I've made this, and then I'm going to taste it right at the end and let you know what it's like. To begin our fantastic dessert, or at least I'm hoping it's fantastic because, you know, ChatGPT and all of that, I'm tying up my hair because who wants hair in the food? And I'll just tell you that ChatGPT wants me to start with the crunchy nut base in inverted commas. But I am not going to do that, mostly because that thing is incredibly noisy. So what I'm going to do is make the chocolate silk base first, which I think will not be a terrible problem because it has to go and chill in the fridge anyway. So I think we'll manage it. Anyway, I'm going to adjust my camera and show you what I'm going to do. Right, the instructions say, in a small bowl, voila, I put in 3 tablespoons of cocoa, 2 tablespoons of boiling water, a pinch of salt, and because I'm adding an extra flavor, I'm going to put the coffee in here as well. So 1, 2, 3 of those. Some boiling water I've prepared earlier. Two tablespoons of that. It just seems bizarre to put salt in coffee, but you know, that's what you've got to do. I'm putting a pinch. And how much coffee? There's a question. Bear with. 1 teaspoon of coffee. So I've got some decaffeinated coffee here because yours truly can't have caffeine. And I'm putting in a teaspoon. Hold on. That took a fair bit of doing. I think there's probably 4 or 5 tablespoons of boiling water. I'm still not convinced that that's enough, so I might just add a little bit more. It's not really behaving like melted chocolate. So you do you, but I reckon, you know, it says 2 tablespoons of water, but I think it's really more likely going to be about 6. Just saying. Okay, part 1. The next part is to create the mousse. So in a mixing bowl, I need 1 cup of thick Greek yogurt. And it needs to be full fat for best texture. That'll do. Now I think you could probably make it vegan if you were going to make this with coconut yogurt. It will be fine. Then the cocoa paste, which I guess is this. Some maple syrup, which is 1 tablespoon of. Get in there. Vanilla. Oh, and then of course the chia seeds. I need, let me go, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. Now, of course, I've already used my tablespoon, so I've got a half tablespoon thing here. And now we whisk all that together. I will do that off camera because, let's face it, whisking in front of somebody is really boring. So bear with while I do that. So I've mixed that, but I've now need to put in 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. I must admit, it's not as chocolatey looking as I was expecting, but you know, this is my adventure experiment, if you like. There, I think that's all the lumps and everything all gone. Doesn't look too bad. You can still see the chia seeds, but now it says I need to put it into the fridge for 20 to 30 minutes until thick and creamy, because I guess that's what's going to happen to the chia seeds. They're going to get thickened and, you know, become a bit more creamy. So I'm going to put that in the fridge now, and then we can do our nut topping, because that's going to be the noisy bit. Oh my gosh, no, I forgot something else. I'm so sorry, I'm mucking it up. It's mostly because the way the recipe has arrived, it's all over the place. Anyway, it says to put some melted coconut oil in, which is 1 tablespoon of it, and to put it in last. So it's just as well, I'm putting it in last. And according to this, it will slightly firm the mixture as it cools, giving a silky mousse-like body. Well, here's hoping that's true. So I'm just going to mix this, and now I'm going to put it into the fridge. To make the nuts of the dessert, or I reckon it's probably good enough to have for breakfast actually. I imagine it's going to be ridiculously healthy and rather delicious. I've got here half a can of chickpeas that I am just drying very, very well. Look, I'm probably removing some of the skin as well, but I'm drying it as much as possible. And now, very carefully, I'm going to pop it into my mixing bowl. Excuse me. Along with, bear with, 1 teaspoon of olive oil. One teaspoon of maple syrup, a pinch of salt. Oh, don't be careful, just there. A pinch of salt and a pinch of cinnamon. I think for that, I'll be sparing with my little spoon, but we'll just put in a pinch, just like that. Toss them all around so that they're all coated. And now, the other day, I bought some parchment paper liners. So I'm feeling very big and grown up. And I'm just going to put this, now that it's mixed, I'm going to put it in there and spread it all around so that everything has an opportunity to, you know, it's not in layers, let's put it that way. That's about right. That's looking pretty good. Okay, now I put it into the air fryer for 10 to 12 minutes, shaking halfway at 190 degrees until crunchy. So I'll do that. I'll probably keep an eye on it after maybe say 5 minutes because, as previously mentioned, my air fryer runs a bit hot. Back shortly. That's the sound of it finishing. I have put it in the air fryer for 10 minutes and I've shaken it all about. Now, you will notice that the not all the chickpeas are in this parchment paper. They've kind of spilt out, which is a bit disconcerting, really. I'm not too sure what to do about that. Maybe there wasn't enough chickpeas to kind of, you know, force it down. But anyway, let me take it out for you. They're sort of a nice kind of goldeny brown, just very carefully. And I will tip the others that I left behind out shortly. What I'm going to do now, though, is put it onto a clean tea towel to cool down. And once the chickpeas have cooled down, they apparently, according to ChatGPT, they will crisp up more as they cool. And then I'm going to put them in a cute little plastic bag and bash them with a rolling pin to kind of crush them to be like crushed nuts. And then once this is cooled and the chocolate stuff is, you know, it's come together and it's chilled beautifully, I'm going to present them to you nicely and let you know what it all tastes like. And here it is, moment of truth time. I will say that there are a couple of things that you need to be aware of. Firstly, when I was making the chocolate, it really does need about 6 tablespoons of boiling water to make it more chocolatey. I asked ChatGPT for a way of making this mousse without actually using chocolate, because I am aware that chocolate is becoming extremely expensive at the moment, and this was another way of doing it, a whole lot cheaper. And you know, I think it's going to be just as nice, but I don't know, I haven't had any yet. And also the making of the chickpea crunch, I would probably recommend you not using the parchment paper and just putting it into the air fryer directly. I could hear it as it was cooking, the crinkle noise of the paper. And then, as you saw earlier, half of them were out of the paper anyway. So I think just do that. And yeah, keep an eye on them, but it's probably closer to the 12 minutes to make them super crunchy. And before you bash the heck out of them, make sure they are cooled properly before you do that. But anyway, I think it's going to be an okay recipe. Moment of truth time. I'm very happy with these cute little dessert things that I got the other day, especially for this recipe. So there we go. Anyway, here we are. The mousse, the frozen berries, and the nuts. Well, the inverted commas chickpea nuts done in the air fryer. Here it is. Oh yeah, very tangy because of the yogurt. It's not very sweet because, as you saw, there wasn't much maple syrup in it. But it's deliciously chocolatey, even though it's quite a light color. You know, I was expecting something, you know, really looking like dark chocolate mousse, but it's definitely got a dark flavor to it. And it's deliciously crunchy because of the chickpeas. That is absolutely scrumptious. Now, it's also surprisingly healthy because there's hardly any sugar in it. It's got the chia seeds, it's got the yogurt, it's got the cacao, which, you know, is very healthy for you, and the frozen berries. This would make a jolly nice dessert / breakfast. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to do this the next time I have some guests. Delicious, absolutely scrumptious. Please give this a go. Please like, subscribe, share, all of that. And if you find this recipe worth keeping, here's something I've prepared earlier. My Recipes Worth Keeping book that you can get from Amazon. I will leave a link in the description below. And of course, I will also leave the ingredient list in the description below also. I think that's it. I'm going to carry on eating this very nice dessert, and I will see you again soon. Bye.